Welcome, Flip Clock fans. I'm right in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff right now, but I just thought of something. Well, actually, I'm supposed to be putting up Christmas, but I was looking at these. These are the ornament hangers, and it gave me an idea of how to fix flip tiles, and maybe kind of looking at it in a way that we've been looking at it a little bit incorrectly. So I want to do this. I'm going to ask for your help, see what you think of what I'm doing today. What I had done is I had bought a Twemco QT30 off eBay, and the reason I did was because the guy was getting rid of it because, now I didn't know this, but some QT30s are made in China. Mine is actually made in Hong Kong, and this one that's made in China is dropping flip tiles. So you see here where I'm working on. Like I said, I wasn't really working on this. I was getting this plastic piece. And I thought, well, it'd be cool to have an extra one of these motors too. But the help I wanted to get from you guys is, I know what this is. First of all, the DC is going to plug into here, goes into the motor. Now I'm used to this motor, and in my next video I'm going to show you a motor just like this. But it doesn't have this extra. These two red and black wires come off and go to this device here. And on the other side, it looks like, you can see that. It's just a, well, right there. And to me, that looks like a socket. It doesn't look like a light. It doesn't look like anything. But I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure what the extra two wires are for. So if anybody can figure that out, let me know. Again, it's just a simple quartz clock. There's the quartz. There's the logic and the gears, of course. But there's two extra. This is the DC that's coming in from the battery, and I don't know what that is. So if anybody knows what that is, let me know. I'm just interested, and can't find anywhere online what that is. But anyway, I thought, well, I'll have all these extra parts. You got extra springs. I am working on a clock, and if the subscriber who's waiting for the clock's wondering, yes, I have the clock. And this is the next video I'm going to do about this walk-on Yoshitomo Nara clock. So yes, your clock is coming. I've got to do the video yet. But anyway, I got excited about this because I got an idea. Now, to fix these tiles, we've been adding stuff to it. So I was adding super glue, using baking soda to harden it quickly, and building that up and sanding it down because I wanted to get as close to the original as possible. The thing is, that's pretty thin, and I thought, well, what if I did this instead of trying just to add something to it? What if I took something away from this, at least that wide? So actually cut the tile to give this some purchase on here, some stability, cut it back, glued that on, and you'd have maybe even a better situation than the original tile, because these are squared just because it's easier to do. That's the only reason. These will be rounded and might actually work better. Let's try this. Alright, that worked pretty good. Not real pretty, but hey. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, that's going to work good. So I've got to get a line of super glue on that. Now this Duro has got some stuff in it. A lot of super glues are different. Some are real thin, and this has got a little bit of stuff to make it more of a gel. It's also, they usually also have, these kinds also have stuff in them to slow the drying, because some super glues will dry real fast. I'm liking the gel because I don't want it dripping on the tile. That's going to be too heavy. That's going to want to pull that down. Now we can trim this to its final size later. Well, I've tried doing this, laying it down, and maybe that would be better, because you know what's going to happen. I'm going to touch it with my finger, and it's going to stick to my finger. Okay. It looks pretty good. So we got that. And you put this baking soda on here, and that's going to catalyze it. It's going to make it dry quicker. So it's actually still hardening. I know it's not completely done yet. And my feeling is probably it wouldn't hurt to have another extra weld there, just a little line. Again, if I was patient, I would just wait and let that harden. So yeah, even though it's supposed to, the baking soda is supposed to catalyze that, you still want, sometimes there's a little bit of curing left. Okay, so another line. Okay, that's actually pretty good. And then we'll cut that. Okay. And that's it. So any problems like with the discoloration here, I could paint. I could use a marker. So I would recommend using like an acrylic paint. Get flat black and just touch that up a little bit. A little flat white, just a little bit touch up there. Alright, so here we go. Now, you have to bear with me. You know I wasn't being really neat. I was just decided to try this. So we'll see where we're at here. Okay, so the 13, the top of the 13 there has been fixed. And I painted that with the acrylic flat black. Again, it could be in the neater. I could have sanded it a little more. There it is at the bottom of the 14. And then we've got one there, the top of the 22. The bottom of the 23. It's moving fine. And there, both sides here of the 25 have been replaced. Both sides of the bottom of the 26. Seems to be working great. And again, if I didn't mention it, I do think a wire like this that is a little malleable is actually going to be better. When you get down to the end, it has enough, trust me, it's got enough force. See, it doesn't bend there. It's got enough to where I could adjust it if I had to, but it's got it almost like the plastic. It has a little give to it. So, a good use for Christmas tree wire. I knew there was something good about all this decoration crap. Alright, well, let me know what you think. Thanks for taking the time.